What's going on, everyone? It's been an exciting week with AMC coming back from the dead and going to the moon. Well, not quite to the moon just yet, but I'm hoping that this is just the beginning. I need to make a disclaimer that I am not holding any AMC shares. I am not diamond handing the stock from $50 down to $30, but I am rooting for all of you guys out there who are holding the stock. I have a lot of personal friends who are doing the same, and I genuinely want to see the stock going higher. So if you take a look at the AMC charts, you can see from 2 days ago is when the big breakout started from 36, 37s, and the stock squeezed all the way to 48 near the end of the day. This is what we call a really strong parabolic move. And you can see on this day, the second day, we had a small gap up, but it wasn't anything major. The prior day's close was $44, gapped up to around 47s. It tried to spike a couple times. Yesterday in the morning, you can see that got rejected the 48, and again midday on the secondary breakout. On this day, the first day, which is 2 days ago, we did swing the stock overnight. So we long the stock from $44 and sold into the morning push. We sold into 46 and 47s. The best sell I had was 47.30s for the overnight swing trade. And doing these overnight swing trades on stocks that had a strong close and a breakout on the daily chart is one of my bread and butter strategies when I was trading with a small account. This is how I built up a lot of my account with doing these overnight. I didn't have PDT rule in Canada, but if you are under PDT rule in the United States, this is one of my favorite setups, and it's one that I take still pretty often when I see them, especially with stocks like AMC and also GameStop that are also offered the exact same setup when you're buying the stock overnight and selling into the morning push. And stocks like AMC, GameStop, even KOSS, BB BlackBerry, all of these Wallstreetbet names are the ones that I have swung in the past before for either just overnight or multiple days. But in this case for AMC, we sold our swing trades yesterday in the morning. And for the day trades, yesterday I was mostly focused on the long side, really just buying the dips. I keep on thinking that we're gonna break out above the $48 and go to 50s and potentially even higher. But unfortunately, we just didn't get that yesterday. You can see the double top right here around $48. I was long buying the dips all day yesterday, and I was trying to hold on for the big breakout move to $50. But at the end, it didn't happen. You can see it's setting this top here 48 and then just kind of slowly faded. It had a secondary breakout move to 46 and just faded into the close. So yesterday, I had a decent green day trading AMC, but I was definitely hoping for a lot more. And today, on Thursday, I traded the stock both on the long side and the short side once it failed to hold red to green. So the stock opened red, right? You can see this is a gap down. 44 prior day's close, gap down to 41, 42s. I was thinking of that the stock could bounce around the $40. You can see that's the $40 breakout level from 2 days ago. So that's why I was watching that area, waiting for the big bounce. But it didn't dip that low. It went to a low of 41.80s and just started reversing. So I did get in long 43.40s, not the best entry for the trading on the long side. So I did scale out some and sold all of it into this. And once it went red to green, that's a very strong psychological sentiment change. My bad. So once I saw the stock broke out from going red to green, that's why I wanted to add back into my original long shares. I added here 44.30s and even added here around previous day's close. But the stock, unfortunately, around that time, the selling became very, very overwhelming. If you're looking at how it was trading, all these wicks around the prior day's close, which is this dotted line right here, 43.95s, there's a lot of selling. Yes, there were a lot of buying. Near the bottom, you can see the candlestick wicks, but just the fact that it's not making higher highs and higher lows, that was actually bearish short term intraday. So I sold my long for a loss. I usually am more comfortable longing AMC, but I sold it for a loss because I bought up here around 44.40s and actually started flipping shorts. Because if you think about it, a stock that went red to green, that's not holding green, that means there was not enough actual buying volume and actual buying pressure for the stock to hold that psychological level. And obviously with the SPY and with the overall market, there were some negative news and a lot of panic and volatility. So also sold off with the rest of the market as well. So I went short, started covering a little bit smaller, but I was waiting for the flushes to cover into. So I covered all of my shorts, 43.40s and then 43.20s. This is the VWAP flush I was looking for. I was so out of the shorts thinking that we're gonna curl and go back to test 44s. But once I see this slam down from 43.50s down to 42s, I see that the stock is still weak. We actually have a gap to fill to the downside. So that's why I reshorted here 42.90s, added here around 43.20s, got some very nice flush move to 42.80s, and down here reshorted some here, covered and then covered into double bottom on the day. Would have been nice to get this 41.60s, but seeing how fast it was bought up, that's why I got out of my position on the short side, 41.80s. I did go back and try to retrade the stock a couple more times here on the short side. I even thought about getting long here, but just kind of taking a while. You can see the long eventually worked out when the stock squeezed to 43.60s, but right now, at least for now, we're not seeing a lot of follow through. The stock is still technically red on the day, right? It's below prior day's close, which is 43.90s. You can see this breakout to 43s, and now it's back to 42.40. So I think today the stock is probably just gonna be stuck in a channel from the 42s at the bottom and 43.70s at the top. But I think tomorrow, Friday, it'll be very interesting to see what AMC does. I'm hoping that it does break out through, at this point, it really needs to break out through $45 to get any major breakout. Because if you look at a daily chart, we didn't really go anywhere today. Today, we opened around 42.60s and we're trading 42.50. So we really didn't do anything today. And the volume today in comparison to the last 2 days, it's not low, but it's not as significant as yesterday and on a big breakout day. So I'm not sure if we're gonna get more breakout move today or tomorrow's Friday. Maybe next Monday is where I'll be looking for more long opportunities. I really do think that we might see more secondary breakout. I really would prefer the stock going to 50 and 52s and higher, but at the moment I'm out of my AMC. I'm sure I'm gonna get a lot of comments from people saying I should just buy and hold AMC and don't day trade the stock, but you have to kind of think about it from my point of view. I don't have the guts to hold 5,000 shares of AMC from $50 down to $30. Then I'll be down. What? Somebody do the math. I'm trying to do the math right now. Sorry, I'm not good at math. I need a calculator to do this. 20 times 5,000. 100 grand. I don't have the guts to risk losing 100 grand. So that's why I don't think I could do that. Maybe if I were just holding 200 shares or even 500, 1,000 shares, I think I could do that. But this is way out of my risk tolerance. And like I've preached many times on this channel, everyone has their own risk tolerance. You should be trading or investing within your risk tolerance. So never take more risk than you are willing to lose. So that was my trade on AMC. I lost money on the long side, but made profit on the short side. The next stock I traded is MRNA, MRNA on the short side. So I was watching the stock for a short, seeing how volatile it was yesterday. You can see it went from 391s all the way to 413s and sold off with some negative news in Japan, I think. And today I'm just looking for more follow through to the downside. So when I see the stock pop to the 404s, I got in short, thinking that, if this doesn't work, I'm gonna stop out and the stock is probably gonna test the 410s. But it did pop from 395s all the way to 460s was the high. I got in short here, up here at 404. I covered some into the flush and re-added on the bounces 404 280s. That gave me an average about 403.50s, and the stock just tanked to 496.80s. That's why I got out all my short position. And with a stock like Moderna, it's very volatile. Like I've talked about in the past, that's where this stock is where I took the biggest loss in 2021 on the long side. So gotta be careful with it. It's very volatile. But if you're on the right side, you don't need a big amount of share sizes to make your day, just because it trades in these like $2, $3, $4 ranges. So with this drop from 404 down to 496, this was my biggest win on the day. Unfortunately, even bigger than AMC, because AMC I was trying to hold on for the bigger move, but didn't happen. So I closed out my short here. I tried to get back in a couple of times here, thinking that with the market volatility, with market selling off, Qs and SPY, we might see more downside, but it just didn't happen. So I got out of my shorts here. I tried again here, but also didn't see working. So I just kind of got out for it. These are both scratch trades, and this one was a small loss in which I gave back some profit. But overall, Moderna, I only traded on the short side, and it was a green trade. The next stock I traded is a loss, and it's one that I'm not very proud about because I kind of just let it go on for a little bit too long because I was focused on all the other stocks I was watching. I took my eyes off the screen and the stock just squeezed on me. So it's a stock, TKAT. So I was thinking to short the stock. The locates were kind of expensive, so good thing I didn't have a lot of shares. But you can see I shorted here thinking that the stock is gonna tank to 9 or 8. And I took my eyes off it and to look at AMC and Moderna. And the second I turned back, this thing is up at 11.50. So I was down instantly, almost $2 a share. So not really proud about it. I thought about, should I add it here? I added and immediately covered, thinking, okay, I really shouldn't do this. Even on starter size, small position, this $2, this is like $1.5, $1.50, $1.60 rip, it still hurt. So that was not fun. This is a trade I'm not proud about because I took my eyes off the screen from this one trade. The stock is pretty low float. The volume is high. It's a small cap stock. So I should have been more cautious about it, knowing that the stock is squeezed. So I covered for a loss, and I actually tried to flip long and then re-short it into the halt 13.30s. That's why I got back in the short, and then the stock just tanked a little bit. But I did make back some profit on both the long side and the short side. But overall, this is still red, just because of that big loss on the short side in the beginning. From $10, I even added 11.30s, and I got out of it at 11.60. So this stock was my loser on the day. So don't do this. Whether you are trading on the long side or the short side, on these volatile, lower float, small cap stocks, you have to be watching it. Don't do like me where I shorted it and I turned around to look at AMC for a couple minutes, turned around seeing that I'm down a couple grand on a starter position. So not fun. Besides that one trade on TKAT where I gave back some of my profits, overall a pretty straightforward day. It's been a good week so far, but I am hoping for more follow through with AMC and the rest of the Wallstreetbet names. And hopefully we finally get a big squeeze. I mean, you know, people have been talking about the squeeze for months, and I've been waiting for it for like the last 2 months, waiting for it to happen because I definitely do better trading AMC on the long side. Whether you are trading AMC short term or holding on to AMC stock, investing in it for the big squeeze, just make sure you're playing within your risk tolerance so you don't lose everything if your plan doesn't work out. Thank you guys for watching. Stay safe in the market, and I will see you guys next time. Hey guys, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video and the bad jokes. If you want to see more day trading content, make sure to subscribe and follow me on Twitter and Instagram for more. If you'd like to trade with me daily and get my free weekend watch list and trading journal, make sure to check out the links below for more resources. Stay green, stay positive, and I'll see you guys next time.